I arrived at my daughter's house 3 hours early to set up her surprise birthday party. The cake was still in my hands. The balloon arch was still in the trunk. Then I walked in on my son-in-law and her best friend in the bathtub together. Neither of them saw me. I stepped back into the hallway, pulled the door shut, and quietly locked the bathroom door from the outside. Then I sat down on the stairs with the cake on my knees and made 2 phone calls. One to my daughter, one to that woman's husband. When they both arrived, nobody standing in that driveway made a sound. My name is Arlene. I'm 53, and for 22 years I have thrown other people's parties for a living. Live Oak Events, Savannah, which means I know a little about what it looks like when a marriage is quietly rotting on the inside while the outside still gets photographed. The house with that bathtub in it, I bought it. Bryn was 26 when she married Trevor. 31, jaw like a catalog, a handshake he'd clearly practiced. I gave them the house on Habersham as a wedding gift. 4 bedrooms, a live oak in front, old enough to have watched the whole city grow up around it. Trevor cried at the reception, which I remember because at the time I thought it was sweet. I put the house in a trust, my name on the deed, the taxes out of my account, the 2 of them living in it, rent-free for 3 years. Call it instinct, call it 22 years of watching grooms. Trevor called himself an investment consultant. In 3 years, I never once got a straight answer about what that meant. He had business cards, a leather folder he carried into brunch, and opinions about the market that my daughter listened to like he was reading her the future. And Marissa was family, best friend since college, maid of honor, the girl who slept in Bryn's childhood bed so many nights I bought her a toothbrush. Her husband Wade owns 3 flooring stores out toward Pooler, the kind of quiet man who fixes your gate without mentioning it. 6 months before that bathtub, at Thanksgiving, Wade pulled me into the pantry, looking like a man asking a doctor for results. He wanted to know, carefully, embarrassed, if I'd looked at the fund before he put his money in it, because Trevor had told him I had. $400,000 into a fund I had never heard of in my life. I didn't get to answer him because Trevor came in for ice. He put his hand on my shoulder, warm as a lamp, and said the thing I have not stopped hearing since. Relax, Arlene. Wade doesn't have the first clue what I do with his money. He smiled at me like we were sharing something. And Marissa likes it that way. I laughed. God help me, I laughed, because that's what you do in a pantry at Thanksgiving. So, 6 months later, I'm sitting on my daughter's stairs with a lemon cake sliding around on my knees, listening to water run behind a door I'd just locked. And I'm not crying. I have never been calmer in my life. 41 balloons in an arch over the front door. My daughter's car came around the corner at 4:06. The first call I made as a mother. The second one I did not make as a mother-in-law. I made it as the only person in Savannah who knew exactly where Wade's $400,000 had gone. He picked up on the 3rd ring. He didn't ask me a single question. He just said he was 12 minutes away. Watch the rest of the story at the blue link in the first pinned comment.